Hello everyone. Today is one of my favorite planner brands. I am so excited about this release. This is the Sprouted 2025 release. I have several items to show you today. Let's dive into it. First of all, can we just gawk and love these covers that I have here? I have these three. There are others. This one is by far my favorite. I think this is going to be like the sellout. And then I love this like pebbly one. They're so good. I think what we're going to do first is dive into the planners. We're going to do the weekly, then we'll do the dailies. This is 2 daily half-year planners here and then a weekly. And then we'll get into some of the accessories that I have. I have to just say, Sprouted is a planner that just does it different. It's so unique. I love it because a lot of planner brands, they take layouts that are kind of already on the market and tweak them a little bit to make them their own. I don't feel like that's what Sprouted did at all. I feel like her layouts are so incredibly unique and they're just functional. They're just how my brain works, at least. I've actually heard that from several people when I've showcased Sprouted in the past. It's just a planner brand that I really think is revolutionary on the market because it's just so amazing. But let's dive into it so you can see. First thing you might notice is the coil on all of these. It is this beautiful, really neutral gold coil. It's not too brassy. I sometimes talk about like a really yellow coil, kind of looks like a cheap coil. This coil is really neutral. It's kind of in between. It's beautiful, luxurious looking, and really nice, high quality. I love it so much. She has 5 different planner covers this year. I have 3 of them. This one here is Pink Peonies. The next one I have here is Pied Pebbles. Then I have Blue Lagoon, which is so pretty. It's like the perfect blue. And then she has 2 others. She has a really beautiful pinstripe. And then she has one called Swanky Charcoal. That's really classy. And the charcoal one, instead of being this like typical planner cover, is actually like a fabric, which I kind of want to get my hands on that one. So a couple changes to note about Sprouted this year. First, last year they had an hourly planner and she does not have that this year. She is still tweaking it and perfecting it. And I love that. I love that she just didn't want to release it until it's perfect. She is hoping to have that hourly back for the 2025-2026 academic launch. So just be aware of that. Another thing that she's not offering this year is her inserts, and she just is trying to have the best selling products, and those weren't one of them. So she's sticking to her best of. I think that that's a great idea too. I think it's a great business move. There are no O-ring this year, so everything is done on the spiral coil, which I think is the fan favorite. I think that's, in the industry, I think most people gravitate towards these coils. I know I do. Another change is that the Sprouted logo has been moved to the back of the planner. So it's here instead of on the front. I always love that too. And the covers are now rounded. Everything has rounded corners, which we love. And all of the tabs are also rounded. I think I've mentioned this before, but rounded tabs to me are a must. The rest of the changes are actually in the planner, so let's dive in and we'll talk about the things that she brought in. And for those of you who are new to Sprouted, because it is a newer planner brand, I'm sure some of you haven't seen this before. You're going to love this planner. You're going to love it. So we're going to get into the weekly first. The covers are available on both planners. So all 5 covers you can get in the weekly and all 5 covers you can choose in your daily. I am in love with this cover. I love the peonies. I think it's beautiful. I love the colors. It's really peaceful. It is kind of springy, but I am a floral person. I like florals all year long. So the inside of this is a really nice turquoisey, soft turquoise color. And look at this stencil bookmark that you get. So exciting. You have a ruler on the side, and then you have check marks, you have circle, and then smaller like dot circles. And then you could do habit trackers of circles. I love when they're just functional stencils rather than shapes that you'll never use. So this is all like different check marks and lists that you can make. And then you have a couple sizes of flags, different sizes of the rectangles, a square, a big long highlighting mark that you could make, and a little flag. I'm not sure if I'm showing these in the best way. Maybe on here you can see them the best. Awesome stencil. And it comes on and off really nice. It's a nice flexible plastic. Here is your name page. Okay, one of the things I love about Sprouted are their tab colors. I think she does a really nice job. I wouldn't necessarily say these are pastel, but they definitely have like a soft tone to them. Really pretty. So you have your name page, a little intro from Heather to the planner, and then it goes through how to use this planner, which you can read. She has some really great things. You do have some reflection and work pages on the front, which I love in the beginning of a planner. I know some people are anti resolutions at the beginning of the year. I love them, and I make them every year. The new year is just something that motivates me. I love setting goals at the beginning of the year. And I think reflecting and kind of thinking of your values and the things that you want to see in your life is really an important step in making your goals. So this sets you through values and intentions. This is a people page, which is really interesting. So you put the different people, I think if I'm understanding this right, the different people in your life here, and then in the grid space here, you write realistic how and how often you'd like to invest your time into each of those, whether it's face-to-face time or calls or going out to lunch with your friends once a month or whatever. You put those in here. I actually love that. The people and relationships is something that I have been thinking will be a focus of mine for 2025, so I really am excited about this page. This is your reminders page. You're supposed to plan projects or season openers, so you can use this for the 4 seasons if you want and the things that you need to get done those times, and maybe different reminders that you have in each month. So if you get your oil changed every January, you could put that there, or if your dentist appointment is June and December, you can put those in there. I think this is a really cool page too. You have a year list. So this is some things that you want to have done and experienced. This is the hope for the year. So a little journaling page or working through some things that you'd like to see, some goals or a vision of the next year. This page, you just have some calendars. So you have your 2025 year at a glance and your US holidays. These are some of my favorite pages because I like to track things like this. So I've used these in a couple ways. Once I was trying to hit a certain goal on my bench press. I talked about this in my last video, but I would write down how much weight I lifted every time we lifted. And it was so fun to see. Here I was lifting 55 pounds and here I was lifting 85 pounds. And then I got to 110 and I got to 130 or, so it was just fun to see, to have something where I'm tracking one goal throughout this. You could also track your cycles on here. You could do your kids' school calendars and just have different, like a color coding system for when they have it off. So many options. It could be your weight. You could mark when you worked out. You could, so many things. I love these kind of pages. Here is a 2026 calendar. So you can put your future plans and you have a year at a glance as well for 2026. A couple of notes pages and then a couple of dot grid pages. Then you get to this new page. So now on this side, your right side of your tab is a January overview. This comes with a big notes section and a dot grid section and then 3 boxes that you can do so many things with. And one's blank, one has grid, and one has lines. So I love that there's no labels on this, so it's really open-ended on what you would like to do with it. I love the grid because there is always something that I'm trying to either gain or lose during the month, and I like to track what I'm doing. It would also be good on tracking your sleep, the average number of hours you get each week. And then you have this, one of my favorite monthly calendars in all of the planner land. I think she does a great job. The lines are quite small on here, just FYI. It's aligned monthly, and I like that they're small because I like to fit a lot of things on each day. So because I like to fit a lot of things on each day. The calendars are Sunday through Saturday. I just love how well she uses the space in here. So you actually have a lot of room. There are 8 to-dos or check boxes down here of things you might want to get done during the month. You have a whole note section that has the lines that are the same height as the monthly. You have a dot grid section down here, and you have the month before and the month after. The header space up here looks like it's a 1/2 inch. It's quite small, which I am so grateful for because it gives you so much more room in the actual planning area. And I'd rather have planning area room than header space room. And then she also has 4 check marks here. You have your values, your people, your reminders, and your year list. Those are the things you worked on at the beginning of the year. It has you go through each of those as you're planning out your month. So if you have people that you want to visit or make phone calls with or different things, you can schedule those in. And I love that because it keeps those goals on the forefront of your mind. And so this has you checking in with those goals and reminders every single month. Then directly after this page, you have 2 full notes pages. There's a couple things I love about her notes pages. I love the color of the lines. It's dark enough that they're easy to see and not too dark that it overtakes your black pen. I also love the headers that she adds in, so you can put in labels of what you're doing each month. So these 2 pages, instead of being tons of notes pages in the back of the book, have been distributed through the month, which was highly requested, and I love that she took that into consideration and made that change in this book. I love her weekly so much. She has this top space here that is meant for a weekly intention. I love writing down a quote or a scripture for the week that I think about, and I always do that on my planner anyway. So I love that that space is here. Her layout for her week is laid out in Monday through Sunday, horizontal line boxes for your schedule. So it has 5 lines that you can write your schedule in. And then over here, she has 3 check boxes and then 2 empty that you could put more check boxes in if you want. On this side, you just have your day of the week, your date, and then the holidays are listed really lightly over here. I actually love this space here. You could put birthdays and different things on here, or trash day or payday, or those kinds of things would be great in this little space as well. This is what I love about her weekly. So you have your schedule and major to-dos over here, and then on this side, you have a running to-do list for the week, which is actually how I have learned to love to plan. I plan this way this year. Then you have this graph section here and a blank area, and then dot grid down here. A lot of people love blank because it just endless possibilities in there. I would prefer just for this whole thing to be the grid, but I think that most people love the way that this is. So it really just lends itself to so many things. I love the running to-do list. I would probably use this for some sort of habit tracking, and I would probably use this for a quote or something like that, or decor, because I can't write straight. Most likely I would use this for some sort of decor stickers. And then down here, it's just so many options. So her weeks go like this until the end of the month, when you get into your reflection pages. Your reflection pages, which I love this at the end of the book. This is probably my favorite thing about the Sprouted Planner. You have your review of the month, then you have your currently list, like what you're watching or reading or listening to, those sorts of things. Your favorite lists, these are things like your favorite songs or books or places that you went to, and just a nice place to put the memories and the things that you loved that month. Then you have your intentions page. This is where you're going to go back to those intentions that you set for yourself. What were your intentions for people, values, things in year, and how did it go? So you can see how you did for those goals that you set for yourself, what's working and what's not working. And then you have your looking forward to page. So what are you looking forward to? What are you feeling challenged or worried about? What can you eliminate and or delegate? And are there any changes you need to make? And then you have your upcoming focus for your 4 different things, your values, people, things, year list, and what's a priority. And then you have a little dot grid section here. Then we start on the next month. So you get a dot grid page over here, your next month's monthly overview on the tab section, and it goes into your next month. Then after the very last month, you have those same pages, and then it goes into a year-end reflection. The year-end reflection, you have review your calendar and reflections for each month over the last year. What stands out as memorable and significant? And then it just goes through things like, what are you proud of? What challenged you the most? What brought you the most joy? And your favorites of the year, favorite movies and memories and podcasts and purchases, and some more questions reflection questions. And then you get 5 notes pages, I believe, back to front. 5 back to front notes pages. And then you get some stickers in her color scheme, which is so cute. I love this book so much. I forgot to mention that there is a pocket in the front. It is a coated cardstock. It doesn't have any accordion to it, so just a few pages can fit in there, but always nice and handy to have it. I usually put the stickers that I'm working with that week in the front so I can get to them as I'm planning. And there is your weekly. I love it. So let's get into the daily now. The daily comes in 2 books, so you get 2 halves of the year. I think this is such a cute cover. And when you're ordering your dailies, if it's the same as last year, you get to choose what 2 colors you want. So the inside of the pebbled one is this peachy color, which I think is really cute. You do get the stencil in this. And then here is what it looks like. So the same beginning pages, which we'll flip through really fast, your values, your people, your reminders, your year list, hope for the year, your calendar, these same exact pages. So let's get to January. The tabs on this are the cool tones, and then the second half of the year, you have your warmer toned colors, which I think is really cute, and 2 different stencil bookmarks, one for each book. So the same January overview, and then the same calendar, everything the same so far. You get your 2 pages after, and then let's get into the daily. The daily is a really amazing layout, like so good. I love it. So on the daily spread, you have this top section for your daily intention. The holidays on the daily are here in this weekly spread, just really, really tiny. I love that because I don't like when the holidays are taking up my planning space, and I just really don't feel like these do. You have a lined section for each day, so just like a little weekly overview. And then you kind of have these 2 sections of check boxes, which you could just make one long to-do list, or this could be like meals and cleaning, or you could do different things, but they do have kind of 2 headers and then a dot grid little section down here. Here is what each of the days look like. So you have a top space up here for daily intention, and then the space above the schedule for a top 3. So you can do your top 3, your meal plan, gratitudes, quotes, stickers, anything like that can go here. The hourly schedule goes from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. and it does have half-hour spaces. This is one of the most extensive time blocking hourlies that I've ever seen. There are 15 check boxes over here that you can use for to-dos or lists. And if you can see, there's just this really subtle line here that you can use for lists or notes. You can use this for so many things, but if you just want to use it for a really long to-do list sentence or something, you could just continue on and ignore that column as well, which I really appreciate. A blank space for notes or doodles or further customization down here. Again, this is probably where I would stick some decor stickers because I love decor stickers on a daily. And then a separate space at the bottom for daily reflection or whatever you'd like to use that for. There is 1 page a day in here, including, I know this is always a question, but there is a separate day for Saturday and Sunday on this. And all boxes on this, everything is unlabeled for ultimate personalization, which I love and appreciate. At the end of the month, so here's Friday the 31st, it goes into your reflection pages. So they're the same as your weekly, so I don't need to go into them too much. And then you get into your February. At the end of this book, you do have your June reflections, and then you have some notes pages, I believe 5, and then you have a sticker sheet, and then the back, which is that cute peachy color. So that is the first half of the year. And then here is the next cover, which I think is so cute. The inside of this is just white. At the end of this book, you do have the year-end reflections for this one. So just a couple reflections and then stickers. So there is the daily. So the daily planner in this is $65. That's for both. I feel like that is such a good price for these 2 really nice, big, high quality, and the paper is excellent in this. I just love it. The weekly planner is $50. Let's get into some of the accessories here. The first thing I want to show you are their sticky note pads. There is the tracker, which I love, and I think is going to be so useful. So you have 10 habits you can track each week, and you can stick that in your book. You have a daily, so a daily notepad, and it opens this way like a book, but it is a sticky note. And then this one is a weekly page. One thing that I'm really excited about with these is they are Post-it brand. There is something about, I don't know what magic Post-it branded things have, but their stickies are the best. They're the best stickies. They just are. I'm just really excited to see that these are in here. So these are $12 and this little one is $5. Then you have a snap-in dashboard. This one has a grid on the back, and then this really could be anything you want here. It could be classes if you're in school, but I think it's intended because there's 7 to be the days of the week, so you could do your meals on here. And this is $6. Very excited about that. And then you have her mini bookmarks, which I'm so excited about. These come in these for, so basically all of her covers except the charcoal. So you have the peony, the pebbles. This is the Blue Lagoon that I have. And then this is what the pinstripe looks like. I am not sure how to say the word celadon pinstripe. Whatever the pinstripe one, it's like more of a green. It's very cute. So there's the covers. Look how cute those two would look together. They're just so cute. Oh my gosh, I love her covers this year. Okay, so there's those. You get the set for $6 of all 4 of them. And then, last but not least, if you are in love with her monthly like I am, she also offers this monthly planner for $20. It is a sewn binding, and it is in the charcoal gray, this really nice coated cardstock. And this has the 2025 calendars, the U.S. holidays and observations. Let me move these things out of the way so you can see a little bit better. Your yearly boxes and your seasonal boxes and your year at a glance. Here's the 2026 calendar. You have some dot grid note pages, your lined note pages. You have this lined notes page, and then her beautiful calendars, which I love. So it goes January, and then you get 2 of those notes pages, February, and then 2 of the notes pages, and so forth. And then the very back of this book, after the last month, December, you get the 2 normal notes pages, and then you have some more lined in the back. 5 more lined pages. I love her monthly so much. I really think it's one of my favorite monthlies. And this monthly planner is $20. I'm going to pull out this book here, and I'm just going to show you on this notes page some pen testing. So I just have a few. I will tell you, I've used her book so many times, and I think it writes amazing. So this is the Micron pen. This is a jelly roll pen. This is the Pilot G2, but it's dead, so that won't tell you anything. And this last one is a Sarasta Micron. Sorry about that, Pilot. And just to show you the other side of this, there's absolutely no shadowing or anything, any bleed through or anything. It just takes pens beautifully. Thank you so much for watching this Sprouted planner review and walkthrough. I am so excited about it this year. I think she did an amazing job. I love the covers, and I love the owner. I always love supporting small brands, especially when the owner just gives so much value to the community, and she truly does. If you are wanting any of these items, I do have a link below, and you can check them out there. And I hope y'all have an amazing day. See you. Bye.